Have you ever been told you would never be good enough? Have you ever looked at your circumstances and thought, this is impossible? That was the life of Oprah Winfrey, a girl born into poverty, scarred by abuse and rejection, who rose to become one of the most powerful women in media and the world. Her journey proves that where you start does not determine where you finish. Oprah Winfrey was born in 1954 in rural Mississippi to a teenage single mother. She grew up in extreme poverty. As a little girl, she wore dresses made from potato sacks because her family couldn't afford proper clothing. Imagine that, walking into school knowing you are marked by poverty before you even open your mouth. But her challenges went far beyond money. As a child, Oprah suffered abuse, trauma, and rejection. She was passed between relatives, never truly feeling like she had a place to call home. By the age of 14, she was pregnant. The baby died shortly after birth. Most people would have collapsed under the weight of such pain. But Oprah found something inside herself, a voice that refused to be silenced by shame, poverty, or abuse. That voice began to shine when she discovered public speaking and reading. Words became her escape, her power. In school, she recited Bible verses and gave speeches that left her teachers stunned. She had a gift, and even though she was poor, even though she was broken, that gift was her seed of destiny. Oprah won a scholarship to Tennessee State University, where she studied communications. While still in college, she got a job in radio, and later, she became the first African-American female news anchor at Nashville's Black TV. This was groundbreaking not just because she was young and black in a field dominated by older white men, but because she had a style no one could ignore. She was raw, emotional, authentic. But authenticity isn't always rewarded at first. When she moved to Baltimore to co-host a talk show, she was told she was too emotional, too black, too different. They told her she didn't fit the mold of TV. Imagine that, being told the very thing that makes you unique is the reason you will never succeed. But Oprah refused to quit. She leaned into her difference. She turned her emotions into connection, her pain into empathy, her voice into power. And slowly, the world began to notice. In 1984, she was offered a morning talk show in Chicago called AM Chicago. Within months, it went from last place in ratings to #1. People connected with Oprah because she wasn't fake. She wasn't acting like a polished, distant anchor. She was real. She laughed. She cried. She shared her own struggles. Audiences saw themselves in her, and they loved her for it. That success led to The Oprah Winfrey Show, which became the highest-rated talk show in American television history. For 25 years, millions tuned in daily. Oprah didn't just interview celebrities, she made ordinary people feel seen, heard, and valued. She turned television into a mirror of the human experience. But Oprah wasn't satisfied with just being on TV. She built a media empire: Harpo Productions, O Magazine, the Oprah Winfrey Network own. She became a billionaire, the first black woman to reach that level of wealth in America. More importantly, she became a symbol of resilience and possibility, showing generations that where you come from does not limit what you can achieve. So what's the lesson in Oprah's story? Your past does not define your future. She was born in poverty, abused, and rejected. But she refused to let her past write her destiny. Pain can become your power. She turned her trauma into empathy, which made her one of the most relatable and beloved figures in the world. Authenticity is strength. When others told her she was too emotional, she embraced it, and it became the key to her success. Resilience is everything. Life hit her with blow after blow, but she rose again and again. Oprah once said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." That is her entire life in one sentence. Every rejection, every hardship, every wound, she used it to become wiser, stronger, and more determined. So what about you? What wound in your life can you turn into wisdom? What pain can you transform into power? Oprah Winfrey's journey is not just about fame and fortune. It's about endurance, discipline, and the courage to be yourself in a world that constantly tells you to be something else. She shows us that no matter how low you start, no matter how broken you feel, you can rise, From a poor girl in Mississippi wearing potato sack dresses, to the richest black woman in America, to one of the most influential voices in the world, Oprah Winfrey is living proof that nothing is impossible if you refuse to quit.